I'm Amanda, and welcome to my channel. And I wasn't gonna do a reading this late, but I was gonna go to sleep. But I came out and shysters decided that it was probably needed to do one, and so I might as well. Got the inkling, and that's what it says. I'm a little ahead of myself at the feathers, but yeah. Well, sandalwood kind of clears out the air. And it smells good. It's healing. Alright. I'm going to find more sometime. Alright, so those back, and let's see what Spirit has to say about this reading. I was inclined to do. Pocket. Spirit, angels, source. What message do we have today for collective? And as always, we're all divinely protected and guided, and nothing can touch us. Nothing bad. So, Spirit, angels, guides. What kind of messages do we have today? You're not here for a reason. So I know it's a good one because I wasn't going to do one at first. So, Spirit, angels, guides. What kind of messages do we have today to send the collective? Well, for our first card, we have surrender. Trust the divine, release the outcome, and say yes to life. There's the card there, and try not to get too close to the candle. Don't burn up. But that one I'd say, surrender, like letting go, like letting go of outcomes, letting go of our preconceived things that are stuck in our mind, which, our mind is a beautiful thing, but it also, or the brain's a beautiful thing, but it's also for protection. So it kind of holds us back from doing what we know in our hearts we should, or what we know we are capable of going out and doing, and just trusting the process of it and saying yes to getting out there and kind of looking at stuff with new eyes, and through that, you generally find some, go out there and create and just get out there and be. Don't expect anything. Let go of the expectation, and then you won't be let down. And usually find some pretty cool stuff, whatever that may be that's coming towards you, or all of us. Source, Spirit, angels. Messages we have for the collective today. What messages do we have to give today? Well, those ones kind of fought themselves out there, so we'll go with those ones. So, sacred space. Raise the vibe of your space. Harmonize within and around. So, with this one, here's the card in case you can't see. Well, obviously you can't see it, but that one, it's just being out there. Get out and absorb some sunshine if you can. Just raising the vibe of your surroundings. Like the other day, I got the inkling to kind of clean up my little area and kind of redecorate it a little bit and reorganize it. And sometimes I do my readings in my room. And right now I'm out in the garage doing them. But, raising the vibe, surround yourself with stuff that's, calming or sensual, or, even outside, just like where you put yourself too. And being cautious of where and who you surround yourself with. Sorry, mosquito. And I guess that's not very zenful to squish it, but it tries to bite me first. So, one less isn't going to hurt anything. But, being careful with, because we are what we eat. And we eat company, and we eat our surroundings, and we eat our environment, pretty much, so to say. And the food you put in your body, too. Food has a lot to do with hormones. And your brain, is kind of helps control, like, sorry, it's like from a coffee cup, but it's not out here. What you get out of stuff, and food has a lot to do with how you feel too, and how you're able to process things. Because we are our soul, but we also have this vessel, and the vessel is helped run by this thing we call the brain. And then we also have the mind and the spirit, which would also be our high consciousness. But how you feel about yourself affects all of that. And the food we put into our body, medications, anything like that, I'm not saying that they're not needed, but it really, let's just be honest, it doesn't really get to the root of the problem, and how you think and you process starts with what you put in your body to be able to think and process. So, that's something for thought too. So, I'd say just be more mindful about, who and what you're doing in your surroundings. And I think that has a big effect on the beginning of our day and throughout it too. Just making mindful choices, surrounding yourself with stuff that's beneficial, and, pay attention to how people make you feel. Like, that little gut feeling, like you don't have to like just ease your way through that. That's junk advice, because I've done that before and it doesn't really get you anywhere. And it's, I'm not saying everything doesn't happen for a reason, it does, but sometimes we keep being presented with tests, and, until we finally start listening to ourselves. So, just be mindful about what you put in your body, what you surround yourself with, your environment. With clutter and stuff, it's really hard to be peaceful because you've got so much busyness going on around you. So, maybe simplify it, or, just like anything, like add a lavender plant, or, I don't know why lavender came out, but I was thinking I need a lavender or something, but, just like surrounding yourself with like smells and scents, and things that are appealing to your spirit and your eyes and your tummy. And okay, for our third card, we have a wild child. Embrace playfulness and innocence. Time for inner child healing. And we're just going to go this way. And so on this one, you got a bird. It's a hummingbird. And they're kind of a little territorial, but they're beautiful. And it looks like they're being playful, and they're zipping around. And I got a little kid sitting on a swing, and appears to be like, I'm not sure if that's supposed to represent a real cat or not, but I guess it doesn't matter. Then you got like a life above you, like, just really embracing your, who we all are before we get tainted with all these like built on things, just get out there and, like try not to be so serious, and, let things kind of like flow off your shoulders, and just slide by if something does happen to happen, and just taking the time to really be in the moment, and, cultivate a little bit of joy, and, look at life again through the eyes of a child, like, surrendering, not having that need for that outcome. Kids don't necessarily, I mean, maybe they have some wants, but, the dreams and whatnot, and not everything's super healthy for us, but that's like, having the ability to discern and choose, because, listen to your gut, listen to your intuition on how things make you feel, and, surround yourself with people that do make you feel more playful and innocent, so you don't have to have such a guard up. Let that go. So I mean by like letting it slide off your shoulder, like, you can't control what other people do, but you can control how you take it, and get out there and choose to have a little fun and see things in a new way. It's like reading a book. Every time you go do something, it's like there's going to be something different in that environment, something that maybe is trying to speak to you or whatnot. And I don't know why that's why I'm getting that from that card, but I think they're all kind of playing into like, setting yourself up for success, like people, friends, setting your body up for success. I think I got that one. Mosquito. I'm not going to even edit it out. I just murdered something, but actually I don't know if that was murder. It's premeditated. I was trying to get first, but just trusting the timing, letting go of that outcome, surrounding yourself, raising your vibes during the day. And part of, when you're, happy or content or peaceful, your conscious self can expand, and it doesn't feel closed in. So, maybe get out there and get out into nature, and whatever you are surrounded in, even if you can't get out into nature, try to make sure that that's a harmonizing like environment for you, and it's somewhere that really enriches your soul versus hampering it or squishing it. So spirit angels, guides, what else do we have to help the collective? What kind of insight can we give them to help them with their day, or anything that they might be on their minds, or maybe they're wondering about? What can we tell the people that will come across this video? Spirit, angels, source? What other messages do we have for the collective? Ooh, I think we're going to go with these ones. Can make this a little bit of a shorter reading today, this morning. Reverence. Honor the sacred, living prayer and presence in nature. I think with this one, honoring, really honoring your soul, honoring yourself, because we are part of the environment, we are part of Earth, we're part of the universe, we are part of each other, and instead of, like I'm not saying don't pray, there's nothing wrong with praying, but living that, like really consciously taking that with you all day, start off with it in the morning, just being grateful, instead of having to, I'm not saying don't, but instead of having to like take separate times out during the day to go do it, or, when you need it, or when you're in a moment of question, or I would say desperation, but, yeah, I've all been there, and that's the truth of it, some of it sometimes. Really being like, present, and try to like live in your Zen, live in your consciousness, like really just being mindful, just practice being mindful, and, maybe it's saying like, getting out there in nature, because, life courses, and when you don't have the distractions and the, the TVs and the material things and the whatnots, it's like, you can actually hear your own soul, you can hear Earth, you can hear life, you can hear the source that runs through all of us, you can actually, it can come to you then. So maybe getting out into nature and just being a little bit, more mindful about your day, and maybe it's saying that if you do have something that's on your mind, or something's weighing on you, getting out there and honoring yourself, and realizing that you are beautiful, and you're worth it, and you are part of everything, and nothing is by chance or mistake. So we're all, beautiful in our own ways. Some of us, it's a little harder to see sometimes, but just get out there and, be that that source of light that we all are, and really just like step into it and be in it. And maybe it's saying that you're going to find that through nature, embracing your inner child, getting out there, and not being concerned what people think about you. Just have, relax. If you want to do a cartwheel, do a cartwhel. If you want to lay in the grass and take a nap in the sun, do that. If you want to play with your kids, or go borrow somebody else's kids, sometimes I've done that, but getting out there. I think a lot of this is just saying surrender the outcome of whatever is weighing on your mind. Saying yes to life, choosing life, because we do get the choice to either wallow and be sad and depressed in it. And I'm not saying that, I'm not saying people can super help that, because it, is a chemical imbalance in the brain, but the food we eat, the words we eat, and the company we eat, and the company we keep, and the company we create, and whatever we consume, be it from where it is, really does have an effect on that. So, whatever it is that's weighing on your mind, let go of the outcome of it, accept it, be where you're at, and, and then you can start afresh from there. It's a brand new canvas to paint. Sacred space, raising your vibes, harmonizing with and around, that comes into the company part of it. Embracing yourself, and maybe letting that joyfulness come out in that light a little bit. And reverence, you're gonna find it in nature, and you're gonna find it around you, and try to just practice mindfully being in that zone wherever you go, because it's within you and it comes with you. And oftentimes we're very distracted by the outside world, and just practice makes perfect. And so for our fifth card, we have reveal the true you. Express your truth, peel back the mask, and stop hiding. And I think that maybe that was coming through a little earlier, because like, don't be afraid to be who you are. The people that are meant to be, everything that's meant to come to you in life is going to come to you. And I know we go through some trials and errors, and some stuff that's not very pleasant sometimes, but in the scheme of things, in the long run, the people that we do lose, they're all with us all the time. The car breaking down, or popping a tire, and the monetary things that affect us and stuff. I mean, that's all like created. Like, that doesn't really exist in nature. We've created these things. So I mean, like, try to look at it like that. and look at the actual lesson you're learning in that. Like personally, like I had like last year, I've had some issues with tires, and I rolled a donut for a long time, and finally got new tires, and then somebody gashed it. And at first I'll be honest, I was pissed. I threw an adult temper tantrum, and then later I started thinking about it, and I was like, like maybe I'm just not supposed to be going somewhere for a week or two until I get a new one, and I started putting in that perspective, and maybe it was the spirit or the divine, like protecting me from something, or making sure, like, I would be set on track to get to where I needed to be when I needed to be there. So you got to kind of like, look at stuff that way, and don't be afraid to express your truth. Peeling back your mask, stop hiding. Like I'm a pretty I'd say I'm pretty social and outgoing and whatnot. But I have, certain people like, you realize what they're doing. You just try to, let them be who they are, because it's rude and obnoxious to point out everybody's little faults. And people that really care about you aren't going to do that to you. They're going to accept you and love you. They'll be honest and help you expand and grow when it's needed, but they're not going to nitpick at every little thing. That's just obnoxious. And so if somebody's making you feel like that, just, choose not to be around them. But find the people that find yourself first, and accept yourself, and realize, like, we are human. We, we have families and friends and stuff. And yes, we do need to be social, but it's also okay to excuse those family and those friends or people that listen to your gut about stuff. And like, if people, you don't have to agree with them, you can accept that. Be like, hey, I accept that that's how you feel. I accept that that's how you see it. I accept that that's how you do things. And you don't even have to explain yourself, but just internally accept that you are who you are in all those things also. And it is your life, and there's times that we need to humble ourselves and grow. And there's also times where we, need to embrace ourselves and really not care who or what thinks what or who of us, So don't be afraid to express yourself, because there's people out there that are going to love the true, beautiful you. And, unless you're doing that, you're not going to send that vibe out. So you might not attract some soul tribe members that you need, or find what you need. So peel back that mask, don't hide. Okay. And let's try to go for like one more, because I'm rambling here. Maybe this is meant to be a rambling message. I don't know. But Source Spirit, let's get some clarity on the overall reading for our collective for the day. And what do they need to know? Let's give it a little closing note. A little note of the day that we can leave them with to kind of wrap up all this awesome information they're giving us. Source, Spirit, Angels. Ooh, this one got stuck, so I'm going to go with this one. Trust the process. It's kind of funny. I think that kind of ties all of it up. You are divinely guided and supported. See the bigger picture. There's that card. Kind of going to what I'm kind of grabbing and feeling on that one. Trusting the process, like the things that we do go through. Some of us are meant to be generational tiebreakers or ancestral tiebreakers, like meaning like if your mom or dad did something and then, they did this to you, but yet that's how they were treated by theirs, and how we see our parents' relationships or friendships or, like those little spots and those little boxes that we all like, put categories in, like, oh, well, this is how I normally do this, so that's why I'm going to put this, and that's where I'm going to put my opinions on it. And then you got this one and that one and that one. Instead of doing that, like kind of, say yes to life and let go of those outcomes and let go of those labels. Don't be afraid to be yourself, really be who you are, who you're meant to be. We're all, when we're kids, like embracing your inner child. When we're children, we don't have those, and my readings have been kind of touching on that a little bit lately. But, it's a detrimental piece of it, I think, like you're created in beauty, you're created in perfection. If you're created in an image of source and life and energy, whatever you want to deem that, I wouldn't say it's a one thing. It's unexplainable in words. It's more of a feeling, and we all find it for ourselves in our own time. And in nature, when you aren't like distracted, it's easier to hear yourself. It's easier to be connected to everything, and you're in whatever you like to call it. I call it a Zen zone. You can call it a having a nice day or pleasantness or just, you don't even have to call it anything. It doesn't need a label, but you're able to find that through, your environment, like if you're in chaos, what are you going to be absorbing? It's kind of like, we're big sponges. We're little sponges walking around, and whatever we dip ourselves in is kind of what we're going to be full of. Just trust in that process. Know that you are divinely guided. If you have questions or you need answers, like your angels are like right there for you. Like source is right there for you. We're all right there for each other. We've just we look at it as a duality right now because that's kind of like the whole learning process. And if we didn't look at it that way, we wouldn't really expand, So just trust in the bigger picture. Know you are guided and supported, and you are beautiful who you are. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but not everybody's yours. So being comfortable with yourself, letting go of the outcomes. Maybe it's time to clear your space a little bit. Maybe it's time to, either donate, clean, or, get a burn pile going of some things in your life. Maybe it's time to include some things in your life. It's going to resonate a little bit to everybody a little bit differently depending on what you need personally. Peeling back that layer that we've all taught to be, and about like the concern about what other people think, or, if you're not doing anything that's hurting anybody, there's not going to be a negative outcome. So if somebody doesn't like it, that's their opinion, and we're all welcome to those. And you just be like, well, hey, well, good luck on your journey. Peace out, or welcome. You're welcome to join me in my goofiness. And if you don't want to, that's great too. Letting go of the outcome. And part of the outcome is not caring necessarily, for lack of better words, like not being concerned about how it affects the other people. Because if you're not hurting anything, you're doing something nice and it's just for yourself and you're being playful, goofy, or not even that, just like being yourself. The right people will stay, the wrong people will be weeded out. And maybe the wrong people aren't really wrong people. They were there to teach you that lesson, and vice versa. Reverence, honoring the sacred, honoring yourself, living in that moment, in that state of consciousness or mind, and really being present, present in the moment, because it's what we have. It's the gift, and it's, a beautiful experience to feel and see and hear when we are in that mode, and when we are really present and we're living. So that's what I've got for you today. I hope that you've enjoyed the reading. I hope that it's given clarity and insight and just a little guidance for the day, or a little reassurance. And thanks for being with me in it. And it was a little kind of a quick reading, but you're welcome. And namaste, and peace, light, and love. And if you did resonate with this message, please like and subscribe, and have a good day.